Welcome to Special Education with Hamid Naqvi. We are going to continue today with the discussion on linguistics, which we started a few days ago. And today we are going to take up the fifth part. And in this part, we are going to discuss semantics and pragmatics. Now, just to recap, linguistics is the scientific study of language. We scientifically study the different components of language and how it originated and what are its present forms. And this very slide shows in a nutshell what we are doing. We have so far discussed the basics of linguistics and then phonetics and phonology in one video, then morphology in another, and then syntax in the last one. Today, we are in the outer circle, that is semantics and pragmatics. And as you can see, semantics deal with the literal meaning of the phrases and sentences, and pragmatics deals with the meaning in context of discourse. Let's discuss in detail. First, what is semantics? The term semantics is derived from Greek word semantikos, meaning significant. So semantics focuses on the study of meanings. We have discussed words, we have discussed syntax, we have discussed phonetics, but now we are going to this stage that what is the importance of meanings and how the meanings are formed. This branch deals with the study of meanings, changes in the meanings, and the principles that govern the relationship among sentences, words, and meanings. So this is all about the meanings of a particular language. Going into further details, semantics focuses on how a meaning is constructed, number one, how they are interpreted, how they are clarified, how they are obscured and illustrated, simplified, negotiated, contradicted, and paraphrased. In one sentence, it is the nutshell of what semantics is all about, that how it is constructed, interpreted, clarified, obscured, illustrated, simplified, negotiated, contracted, and paraphrased. Now we are going into further details, and we want to learn what is the meaning of the word meaning. What is the meaning of the word meaning? Because we are all going to discuss about semantics, and that is the study of meaning. Number one, meaning is an intrinsic property of something. Number two, and by the way, this has been stated, these 7 shades of what is the meaning of the meaning has been stated by Organ and Richards. According to them, the first meaning of the word meaning is it is an intrinsic property of something, some inherent property. Then second shade, other words related to that word in dictionary, that is the meaning. Other words related to that word in the dictionary, that is the meaning. Then the connotation of a word is the meaning. The thing to which the speaker of that word refers. That is the meaning. Then the thing to which the speaker of that word should refer. That is the meaning. Then the thing to which the speaker of that word believes himself to be referring. Then the meaning is the thing to which the hearer of that word believes is being referred to. So this is what Ogden and Richards think the meaning of the word meaning. Now let's see the example. Example is, what is the meaning of the word cow? Now, in the light of the different meanings of the word meaning, the different shades we have just discussed, we'll take up this example. What is the meaning of the word cow? And the answer would be that it refers to an animal who has certain properties that distinguish it from other animals who are called by other names. So where do these names come from, and why does that word cow mean only that particular animal and none other? Some thinkers say that there is no essential connection between the word cow and the animal indicated by the word. But we establish this connection by convention, and thus it continues to be so. There's hardly any connection between the word cow and what we understand by cow. So over a period of time, we started that particular animal with those particular qualities, properties as cow. So by convention, everybody understands when the word cow is spoken, it doesn't mean, something that what we call a goat or a buffalo or any other animal. There are basic areas of semantics. There are three basic areas of semantics. Number one is lexical semantics, and that deals with the meaning of the words and the meaning of the relationship among words. So first one is lexical semantics. Second one is phrasal or sentential semantics. Sentential is taken from the word sentence. Phrasal is taken from the word phrase. So it is concerned with the meaning of the syntactic unit larger than a word. Any unit which is larger than a word, for instance, look into the meaning of syntactic unit. This would be a phrase, or this would be a clause or sentence. So the meaning of syntactic unit larger than the word is phrasal or sentential semantics. And the third one is pragmatics. That is the study of how context affects the meaning. We'll discuss each one by one in detail. The first one is lexical semantics. Lexical semantics, what is it? Semantic properties are components of meanings of words. For example, semantic property human can be found in many words. Semantic property human. That is, parents, they are human. Doctor, human. Baby, human. Professor, human. Widow, human. Art, human. This semantic property of human is inherent in all these words. Other semantic properties include animate objects, male, female, countable items, non-countable items. These are some semantic properties. Now, about semantics properties, let's go in further detail. These are some of the semantics properties which I am going to talk about. For instance, homonyms. In homonyms, different words that are pronounced same, but may or may not be spelled the same way. The word to, that T-O, T-W-O, and T-O-O. They are pronounced same way, right? But they are not spelled in the same way. This is the lexical property Then is polysemous. Now, what is this? Word that has multiple meanings that are related conceptually or historically. For instance, the word bear. The bear have got, multiple meanings. Bear is an animal also. Bear is a verb also. That means to tolerate and to carry out to sport. Homograph. Different words that are spelled identically and possibly pronounced the same. They are homograph. If they are pronounced the same, they are also homonyms, like the word pen, which means writing, which means utensil also, which means cage also. Then the fourth property is heteronyms. Homographs that are pronounced differently, like dove, the bird, and dove, the second past tense of dive. They are called heteronyms. Then we continue with that. The lexical semantic properties. Synonym. Words that mean the same but sound differently. Couch and sofa mean the same thing, but they spell differently, they are pronounced differently. Antonyms. Another property. Words that are opposite in meaning. Alive, that and the opposite meaning is dead. Big, small. Another property is hyponyms. Set of related words like colors. It can be months, January, February, like weeks, Monday, Tuesday. Metonyms, words used in place of another to convey the same meaning. Jock used for athlete, Washington used for American government, crown used for monarchy. Retronyms, expressions that are no longer redundant. Silent movie used to be redundant because a long time ago all movies are silent. But this is no longer true or redundant. Now, the second type of semantics, second area of semantics, is phrasal or sentential semantics. Now, lexical semantics, which we have just discussed, that was the first area. Lexical semantics is connected with the meaning of words and the meanings of relationship among words. However, phrasal semantic is concerned with the meaning of syntactic units larger than words, phrases and sentences. The meaning of sentences is built from the meaning of noun phrases and verb phrases. This we discussed in our previous video that was on different topic. Example. Now, example of phrasal was very beautiful example given on this slide is the word look. You change on these words with them. Look far, look in, look around, look on, and the meanings would start differing. So these are called phrasal verbs. These are called phrasal verbs. And another example of that phrase is the old man has kicked the bucket. Now, what does that mean? Kick the bucket, if you literally understand that, that means that someone was, the old man was going and he hit the bucket which was on the way. He kicked it with the feet. Now, The meanings, phrasal meaning here is the old man has died. Now we come to the third area, and that is pragmatics. Now, pragmatics is the study of meaning. That is too a study of meanings, like semantics. But the difference is it is study of meaning, but in discourse. It deals with the study of meaning in the context. Meanings change with the context too. So it is the study of meaning in context of an utterance. When that word, where that word was spoken, who was speaking that words, to whom that word was being spoken. So it is often termed as contextual meaning. Thus, pragmatics is the study of implied meaning. The meanings may not be the same as the word are being said, and normally the literally they mean. They may have deeper meaning in the background of which that conversation is taking place. So, unlike semantics, which generally examines the literal or conceptual meanings of words or utterances, pragmatics focuses on the communicative intentions of the speaker. This word, keyword, must be understood. What are the intentions of the speaker in that interaction or in that conversation? That is pragmatics. So types of context can be two types. The first is linguistic context, the discourse that precedes the phrase or sentence to be interpreted. That is linguistic context. And the second is situational context. What was the situation in which that a word or sentence was spoken? So we have to take the meanings from that point of view. Now, discourse analysis is concerned with the broad speech units comprising multiple sentences. It involves question of style, appropriateness, cohesiveness, rhetorical force, and topic, subtopic, structure, difference between written or spoken course, as well as grammatical properties. All these things are to be viewed or examined before taking the pragmatics. That is the meanings from situation point of view or language point of view. In which style it was spoken, and what was the rhetorical force behind it, what was the topic under discussion, and how it was spoken, what are the grammatical properties of the sentence. Second is situational context. Now, situational context is the non-linguistic environment in which the sentence or discourse happens. It is the context that allows speaker to seamlessly, even unknowingly, interpret the questions that can you pass the sort. Now, this is a question. It is being asked. Now, was it a question, or was it a polite request that please pass on the salt to me? So this is situational context. Pragmatics from situational context. Somebody in a polite manner said, can you pass the salt? So it is not that he is asking whether you have the strength or energy to pass on the salt. It is a polite request to please hand over that salt to me. So this is one instance, very good instance of what is pragmatics. As a request to carry out a certain action and not a simple question, as I said just now. Situational context includes the speaker, who is speaking, hearer, who is on the receiving end, and any third party present there, along with their beliefs and their beliefs about what the others believe. It includes the physical environment, the subject of conversation at that time of the day, and so on. What is the situation? in which situation a thing is being spoken. So it would have some inherent meanings, maybe totally different meanings than what the words literally convey. Dactic expression. Now, dactic expression, what are they? Dactic expression are the words technically known as dactic expression from the Greek word dexix, pronounced like dexix, which means pointing via language. These could be understood in context because they need a point of reference. Then that may please be understood also that during the conversation, some words are being spoken which refer to somebody else, like the pronouns such as I and you. The meanings are actually changed due to the fact that who is speaking and who is being spoken to. For instance, here and there. Now that is a special reference, pointing relatively to the speaker. So the classifications can be three types: personal dissection, spatial dissection, and temporal dissection. Words and phrases used to point to people are called personal. For instance, him, her, it, them, these pronouns. Words and phrases used to point location are called spatial. For instance, here, there, and far. These are three types, as said before. And third one is temporal, which means point out to the time that is now, then, recently, previously. That there are three classifications of such expression as well. Now, at the end, please make the difference between semantics and pragmatics. Semantics is study of words and their meanings in language, whereas pragmatics is study of words and their meaning in language with concern to their context. Context is additional in pragmatics. Similarly, semantics focus mainly on the significance of the meaning of words in literal sense. That is worth stressing. And whereas pragmatics deals with additional focuses on the meaning of words according to the context and their inferred meanings as well. And lastly, semantics studies the literal meaning, whereas pragmatics studies the intended or inferred meanings as well. With this, we come to the end of the fifth video on the subject. Remain tuned. If you are not added to the channel, please subscribe so that and press the bell icon so that you get the notification of the next video whenever it is uploaded. Wish you all the best. Stay